Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I have some electrifying news that could shake up the entire AFC North and perhaps even the entire NFL landscape. Rumors are swirling around the league right now, and they point to a blockbuster trade that could redefine the Steelers' offense and their entire championship outlook this season. And believe me, this isn't just idle chatter. There's real substance behind these whispers. What's being talked about is a potential trade involving Rashid Shaheed, the blazing speedster from the New Orleans Saints. Yes, you heard that right. The Saints, who are currently in a bit of a rebuild mode, might be shipping off their explosive receiver to Pittsburgh in what could be one of the most significant moves of the season so far. This trade, if it happens, would send shockwaves through the division. The Steelers, sitting at a solid 4-3 record but leading the AFC North, could get a serious boost. The buzz suggests that the Saints are eager to move Shaheed, primarily because of their financial situation and their strategic direction for the future. The Saints are reportedly struggling with around $3 million in cap space? Positive, yes, but with a team that's 2-6 and looking to rebuild, they see unloading Shaheed as a smart move. The deal being discussed would involve Pittsburgh sending a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, a valuable asset that could be pivotal in building for the future. Plus, the Saints might also be looking to offload a veteran running back like Cordarrelle Patterson as part of the package, which adds a layer of depth and versatility to this potential trade. Now, why would the Steelers be so interested in Shaheed? Well, if you're a true Steelers fan, you already know how much depth and explosiveness this team has lacked on offense. Sure, Kenny Pickett has shown flashes, and Najee Harris remains a key piece, but the wide receiver core has been inconsistent, and the need for a game changer is undeniable. Shaheed, at just 27 years old, is a burner, literally a human rocket, as some analysts are calling him. He's a player who can take the lid off defenses, stretch the field, and create big plays out of seemingly nothing. His speed, clocked at a blazing 4. 3 seconds in the 40-yard dash makes him an immediate deep threat, and his production this season proves it. In 2025, up to Week 8, Shaheed compiled 39 receptions for 431 yards, averaging an impressive 1 yards per catch with 2 touchdowns. His catch rate is solid at 68.4%, and he averages 53.9 yards per game. What really makes him stand out are his advanced stats, PFF grades of 87. 2 in deep routes, EPA per target of plus 0.45, and an average YAC of 6.2 yards. He's a player who can turn short passes into explosive gains, making defenses pay for every mistake. His career stats boast over 500 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns, with a nearly perfect health record. No major injuries this year despite a minor contusion in Week 3. If you compare him to other recent trades, like the Metcalf deal of 2025 that boosted Seattle's aerial attack, Shaheed has the potential to raise the Steelers' passing game to new heights. And it's not just about the raw numbers. Shaheed's ability to convert short passes into big gains is reminiscent of some of the most explosive players in recent NFL history. His YAC, combined with his speed, makes him a nightmare for defenses. Imagine him lining up alongside the likes of George Pickens or Calvin Austin III. The Steelers could finally have that true deep threat, that game breaker who can change the course of a game with just one touch. This addition would also help open up the field for Kenny Pickett and the running game, creating mismatches that opposing defenses would struggle to handle. Now, from the Saints' perspective, this move makes sense. Their defense has been leaking points, allowing around 28 points per game, and with a roster that's straining under the cap, they're prioritizing future flexibility. Moving Shaheed, who generates about 15% more EPA on explosive plays, would help them rebuild faster and free up some valuable cap space, roughly $4 million, allowing them to invest in the OL, which has been ranked just 62. 3 PFF grade-wise. Their focus is clear: rebuild from the trenches, strengthen their offensive line, and focus on developing their quarterback, Derek Carr. They're in a bit of a tough spot, trying to find their footing after a disappointing start to the season, and unloading Shahid could be a strategic move to accelerate that rebuild. But let's talk about what this means for the Steelers. If Shahid joins the team, it's a game changer. Kenny Pickett would have a true deep threat to complement George Pickens, and the offense would become much more unpredictable. Shahid's presence would stretch defenses vertically, creating more room underneath for other receivers and tight ends. His ability to turn short passes into big gains means that the Steelers could see an increase of around 200 yards in the passing game, along with a 20% boost in EPA per play. That's significant. Imagine the impact on the offense's efficiency, especially with the offensive line still developing and facing some injury concerns, like when key players go down, such as Miller with his hamstring injury earlier this season. Shahid's speed and explosiveness could help the Steelers sustain drives, control the clock, and keep defenses on their heels. And what about the overall playoff picture? Right now, the Steelers are sitting in a good spot, but this move could elevate their chances dramatically. With Shahid, their offense would be much harder to defend, especially in big moments. The odds of reaching Super Bowl LXI could go from plus 5,000 to plus 3,000 almost overnight. The Steelers would have a much better shot at making a deep playoff run, especially if they can leverage Shahid's explosiveness to contain opponents' secondaries. Their chances of beating top-tier teams like the Chiefs would improve by around 15% in win probability, as Shahid's ability to stretch the field creates mismatch nightmares. Historically, moves like this have had huge ripple effects. Remember the trade of Antonio Brown to the Raiders. That changed the entire division, and this trade could do something similar, especially if Shahid's impact is as significant as some analysts believe. The AFC North could see a shift in power, with Pittsburgh potentially pushing ahead of rivals like Baltimore and Cincinnati, especially if they capitalize on this offensive upgrade. It's a move that could set the Steelers up for sustained success, pushing them toward that elusive Super Bowl victory we've all been waiting for. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this isn't just about one player or one season. It's about the Steelers reasserting their dominance, about Mike Tomlin's team finally breaking through and becoming serious contenders again. With Kenny Pickett maturing and now potentially having a legitimate deep threat like Shahid, it feels like the pieces are falling into place for something special. The Steelers have always been known for their gritty, tough-minded football, but with this kind of explosive talent added to their arsenal, they could become a truly dynamic team, one that strikes fear into the hearts of defenses across the league. Of course, nothing is set in stone yet. These are still rumors, and the deal could fall through, but if it happens, it's going to be one of the most exciting developments of the season. The AFC North will be watching closely, and Steelers fans, I know you're eager to see how this unfolds. The potential of Rashid Shahid in black and gold is tantalizing. Imagine the fireworks, the big plays, the thrill of watching him outrun defenders and turn the game on its head. It's the type of move that could propel the Steelers straight into Super Bowl contention, giving them that extra edge they've been missing. So stay tuned, because we'll be monitoring this situation every step of the way. The NFL is always full of surprises, and right now, it feels like we're on the brink of something truly historic for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And remember, this is just the beginning. The trade deadline on November 4th is coming up fast, and we might see the Steelers make a move that fans will be talking about for years. Whether it's Shahid or another surprise, one thing is for sure. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and Pittsburgh is right at the center of it all. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And as we wrap up, I want to turn it over to you, Steelers fans. What do you think about this potential move? Are you excited? Do you believe Shahid could be the X factor that finally pushes Pittsburgh over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion means a lot to us, and it's crucial for building this community of true Steelers supporters. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news from Heinz Field and beyond. This season is shaping up to be one of the most thrilling in recent memory, and with moves like this, the Steelers are definitely making a statement. So stay with us, keep cheering loud, and let's see how this story unfolds. Because, folks, the journey to the Super Bowl is just getting started, and Pittsburgh is poised to make some serious noise. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Steelers.